Yes, that's why I want to go over the rules for everybody. I should have read this by now. Chat, here we go. The rules. Stream matches, the format. Tournament format will be round mode, okay? Best of 3. Pick order is random. Disconnects, guys. Read this one. If a disconnection occurs during a set, reconnection will be allowed per rules built in the round mode, okay? It's in the game now.
The most important thing to note is if you mispick, you suck it up.
Yeah. All right. Round mode, best of 3, boys. That's about it. That's about it.
Bam. We're headed into round 1, baby.
Round 1, baby.
Yeah, okay. So we start with the Hua-Young, which is, like, pound for pound, she's the best, like, damage dealer in the game, I think. But openers right now are stronger than damage dealers. Like, Apera is a stronger unit than Hua-Young, I think, fundamentally. I'd say even Amelia is stronger than Hua-Young, just as far as how they function in drafts. So we'll have to see how the Zayn leverages picking the best DPS early and then getting his support units later, where Semtex probably has the best support unit in Amelia. Now that Para and Celilis are gone, it kind of falls to Amelia. Though Zayn is a long-time DN enjoyer.
Also call one side note. Yeah, we might see an interesting build on the DN. I won't say exactly, just in case, but yeah, we might see a different kind of build on this DN. We'll see.
Yeah, I know Zayn was excited about the EE.
Cole, who do you think is better between DN and Amelia?
I think Amelia is a lot more versatile of a pick. I think DN has some aggressive matchups that she enables better than Amelia. I mean, like, it's an AoE attack buff versus single target. And so I think in some aggressive comps, I think DN is better. As far as generic standard play goes, I think Amelia has the edge.
Okay.
Just more consistent value. Like, DN has to pay the landy tax much more so than Amelia if you're going to pick her in the earlier rotation of things.
The landy tax. Is that kind of like picking FCC and then you have to pay the OPSIC tax?
Exactly like that, yeah.
Okay. But, guys, after DN's buff NEE, some people consider her equal grounds now, if not better. But I think I agree overall with Call. Amelia, this is what most of my chat says too when I was trying out DN. Amelia is more versatile, probably better if you're not like hyper aggro, but because Amelia can also work in hyper aggro too, so yeah. Maybe overall, you got to get Amelia basically, boys. We're gonna see the collab news at the end of the month. It's most likely gonna be ReZero, so hopefully y'all got some bookmarks saved up. Meep, I'll add him. Hold on.
Okay, FCC, just generic knight for tanking down, and we need another hard solo carry DPS. Ops for the Kisei. So Kisei underwent a bit of a revolution a couple months ago, not from a balance adjustment of hers, but from a balance adjustment of an artifact, which was Wind Rider. And that really opened up Kisei's playstyle a bit for people, where before she was really Gab reliant, and Gab can be inconsistent.
Yeah.
And she works like she's oftentimes viewed similarly to Queric, Red Queric, as far as like an aggro like pressure unit. But Queric gets 2 turns and then his auto is dead. Kisei is one of the best auto attacks in the entire game, so she can work as a stealth solo carry. But she used to have like these awkward off turns where she wasn't stealth or buried and she would just die. Yeah. Now you can actually, with Wind Rider, chain those stealth turns together, and chaining Soulburn S1 into Soulburn S1 will net you some kills. However, Amelia goes first, and boom, that is game.
Yeah, we are out of damage. Well played by Semtex here. Not being impartial, but yes, Baka 7 better than Aoi, and that's what I'm kind of gathering here, just being impartial. Quick, guys, these are some quick matches today. It's a hyper aggro meta. Call, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. I think you've said this meta is a little bit more, how should we put this in the most non-biased way, Call? This is the most, in your opinion, one of the most...
My term was whaley.
Whaley. Yeah, I was trying to get a better term, but I think it's perfect.
Benefits people who have a wide roster that are well geared.
Wide roster, well geared, aka whaley meta. Zayn, Semtex, when y'all are ready up. Is it random first pick, or what's the round mode? Is it set up properly?
The round mode does after the first pick. Round mode does everything automatically. So
even though Semtex won, the first pick is his again.
No, it should. Zayn picked for Semtex to have first pick.
Okay, just double
checking.
Just double checking. Yeah, he chose it. Damn.
Okay, good.
Zion chose it. Plank, what's going on? Derp, I see you up there. All right.
Now we start talking about the format, because round one, just one ban each. That's like, we've been there. We're a bit past that now. It feels kind of bad to go back to. But now we are basically up to date in the meta after this round, where we finally have reached the point where we are double pre-ban. And then if Zayn wins, we get to 6 pre-ban units, where it gets a little spicy.
Big spice. Ooh, and we see a Spectre Tenebria ban, as well as Remu getting added in there.
Are you my next target?
But yeah, also going back to that last match, like, I had mentioned that, like, the better support is better than the best DPS, and we just saw Amelia takes her turn, game over. Like, she is that kind of unit in the right setup. But now we see the reverse. We have Semtex with the first pick Hua, and Zayn with the best support unit in Amelia.
Okay, sorry, I'm just saying
something Zion's doing here that I am not a big fan of is the second pick, Angel of Light. Because in general, I think we know Zion tends to play a slower playstyle, and by picking Angel of Light second, you're locking yourself out of having 3 DPS. So you're going to be forced into one of those solo carry situations, most likely.
Yeah. That's definitely a consideration.
Sorry guys, I'm scrambling. Who am I missing?
Hey, Ravi is a pick that I would say is generally pretty resilient to AOL's kind of gameplay. Like, her S1 is just something you can rely on. And so we'll kind of have to see how, because yeah, he's gonna have to start developing his carries. And okay, there we go. That is a very potent carry option into the early Hua A Ravi comp.
I need to find Aether Bulge.
So, Semtex has 1 hard force ban. So can he find another? I think you can pick Ruana here, and there's no world where Zayn can ever let that through. So what else can he fit in next to Ruana that would... Oh, is he gonna go aggressive? Okay, I mean, Landy, generally pretty decent in Arya. Oh wait, Diane, interesting.
Oh, we were doing a lowly team. Thank you, Go.
Yeah.
Did not see the Ruana go through. I'm a big proponent of Ruana. I'm a Ruana spammer. She's so good. People should pick her more.
Call, every time I'm playing and you're watching, you're like, Cart, last pick Ruana here, lock in, easy game. And then I always forget. I'm already locked in and you're like, oh. But yeah, she's kind of nice in this meta right now. Thank you, Magic Chi. Yeah, guys, sorry, I'm scrambling in the background trying to get everyone's matches together. We had a little bit of a hiccup, but we're trying our best. Boys, listen, just have fun.
Oh, damn.
We'll do what we can. Oh, what the? With
That's
the
the last pick Aaron. I don't really know what's happening right now. A lot of
Yeah.
these picks haven't made much sense to me, but
Well,
no, we went up through a very normal early rotation.
Yeah.
I think Ari was cool, and then these last like 3, the DN Landy and the Kayron, I find confusing.
This can go
But-
anywhere. I think Karen's a nice pick here, except for the fact that DN is there. But we have an AOL. We also might have a ban, which in this case, I think Karen's going to do pretty well.
But you're
So-
fighting through DN hand guy or a Ravi hand guy. Can you really trust a solo carry Kayron to
That
cut through
is-
the a Ravi hand guy in time? That would be my concern.
That's, yeah, we'll see. He has to do a double hit, right, for the Ravi. And there's still the hand guy support, true. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Could get a big strip.
There's also, we do have to consider that Coven just spent a bunch of money to buy Zayn's Kayron.
Go probably in his match. There's a Kayron match. Silence EE, Coven is saying no. Unless if it is, we're just ignoring that part right now. A little push back onto the Kowarik here. Okay. Semtex leading off with the Hua Young. We're just going to go straight with the S3 into the T-Crows. Decent damage. Call, if you were in Zion's spot, what does he need to do here to get this win? That you were correct, and there's just too many bulky threats for him to handle, I think.
Yeah.
Alone.
And like, Kayron is not known as like a very good uptime DPS. It's like he's a more towards a one and done kind of unit. So AOL still's
Chat is saying we have double pushes. Okay, so we actually used the S2 early. So
I
he
think because of the book on Angel, the Kayron has decent uptime on the DPS because he can burn S1. The trouble is keeping him alive.
He also has 2
beyond
cyclers, yeah.
Once the invul is gone, or the immortality is gone.
Yeah. Also not on Efrez, which I thought there was a chance it would be.
Proct from that duel. Pretty unfortunate. Char says I'm still dying to GA.
So you go for the Hua kill? No, the Landy kill.
Okay, yeah, gonna extend. And Quirk already used his S2. I feel like Semtex, he's still looking probably good, but I feel like he should just held that Quirk S2. That attack down with all the cleansers available didn't really do too much.
Yep. But we are now to the spooky part where Kayron gets to S1 one more time, and then he has no more innate protection.
Yeah. We'll see here.
So, what can Zan manage to pull off in this window? I will say, he could, you know, maybe land a dual attack or something. But I think that is the tier of play that we're trying to get to win this year.
Your dead comrades are waiting for you.
Melandy comes back.
Let me show you my secret weapon.
So,
Respect the
I
great
don't know
Landy.
if I would even recommend S3ing here. Like, just on the margin of what we care about, I think keeping the frenzy timer as low as possible, just to give Kayron the smallest possible margin of killing anything ever, is the play. And so getting more turns before Kayron's turn isn't even necessarily to Semtex's benefit. But I think that's a very, very trivial concern as far as things
It's
that
just
matter
like,
in this.
it's literally, he just has to not royally F up to lose this one, right? So yeah, I agree. So maybe, let's see.
Yeah, that's like a 0.000% kind of play.
Here we go. The Kayron turn, boys. The swipe from Zayen. It's a proof Ravi too. And that should be all she wrote. There's no way he can stop all 3 units. Zayen, nice try. I think Kovin MLM'd you into this Kayron though. Kovin, are you proud of yourself right now? Another loss from Kayron. Boys, I don't know, man. I don't know about that one.
Hey,
all right.
I will
still fun to
say,
watch. Yeah.
is a loss where you ride or die with your homies really even a loss? Like,
we'll see.
if Zayon came in here saying, like, I just want to pick Kayron, he's a winner because he achieved his goal.
Dude, big from Baka 11. He actually went ham in, I think, the second to last tourney we did. What was it, Big Google? You went to like the semifinals or the finals? Wait, did you win it? He might have won that one actually. I think it was a crazy run. Oh, last tourney he fought you, Cove, in the finals, and then the evil. It was like it's those rare movies where the villain wins. Yeah, I remember now. Okay.
Yeah, or the Infinity War before the end game.
Yeah, it's like that. True. The ending was just like everyone's
I
sitting
mean,
like,
is
what
Coven really the villain, or is he the comic relief?
Can you be both? I think has there ever been a character that's both? I think so. All right, chat, here we go. Everyone else find their opponents. Everyone just find your matches now. You have time. We'll wait a second if you finish before, or if you don't finish before this match. But everyone else find your opponent. Check the bracket. At them. At me if you can't get them. Sorry, the first round's a little tricky. It'll smoothen out as we get to the next round, okay?
Okay, so
what do we got here?
Yaga did opt for the DN over the Amelia, which I would say, as we were saying, generally means you're playing more aggressively where DN can outperform, and we do see that with the follow picks of Rimuru and Kisei.
Okay. So very, very aggressive lineup. Big Oog, DD Mac here. Checking his choices. T. Crozet into a Landy. Okay.
Okay, so you see the single target focus, and so you go double stealth Aureus, pretty standard. And Bootleg trusts his aggro potential here, slams the Kayron. Taking out the Celius would be the natural thing for Yaga, and I honestly might have left the Kayron up, but
the Quirk, you mean?
Yeah, the Quirk. But it does represent an AoE threat.
Yeah,
and
I
so
like
maybe
his.
that was a concern.
I think actually, if gear doesn't make a difference here, I think I actually like Oog's draft a lot more. We had the Landy checking the DN. Kisei will have a big S2 though. which could just eliminate the Steny here since she's not being protected.
Yeah.
Or the unilluminated.
We'll have to see. This Rumor is definitely a pretty spooky threat as well.
Big damage. It is Proof of Valor Ravi, and she did get skill pushback.
So he could go for the Soulburn here. Does go for it. We tank the Rimuru hit, so we'll have to see how much damage this does. Okay, not quite enough to kill.
All right. Landius through, ripping out.
But Dian's mitigation coming through.
Anti-Grit probably
And-
working too as well.
Anti-Grit worked twice on Kisei.
Yep, and the barrier from FCC also taking a lot of the brunt in, which Dian gets to refresh immediately.
My goodness. We still have that big Kisei S2 coming up, right?
Yeah.
Ryzen, thank you.
Yeah, I think something I would recommend, I think
Play with me.
you probably might want to hold that at S3. Like throwing it into the FCC shields at the start of the battle where all 4 of those shields are active, you did lose a lot of the value.
Your life ends here.
But I mean, Bootleg Yaga does have a lot of timers ticking here. So S3 is once again a very spooky skill. Do you go for the Trozet or the Aravi? Okay, just get the Aravi off the board. Makes sense.
This is what the goddess wills.
Another barrier comes through, and yeah, I think this is looking very good for Bootleg Yaga.
I'll make sure you feel the pain of losing everyone.
Okay. Yeah, everybody sit tight. Do not play around 2 matches yet.
An eternal night will reign.
Gaulis is back. Gaulis, go find Meep and get your matches started. You have time. There's that big Kisei S2. Wow. So actually, Yaga's draft was just too solid. It was the what was the combination here, Call? The mitigation between DN and FCC. We didn't
And
really
the
care, even
burst
though there was 2
potential.
stuff. Yeah, it was just so aggressive.
I think that was it was a double like RNG check. If Landy happens to crit both times,
Yeah.
then Kisei's not in stealth and the match is over.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. That's why I like.
So it's a big gamble to take. Like, it's still the one I think you have to take there, because if you don't, assuming the Kisei is at all geared, you just lose.
Wow. Well, it came all down to that, guys. DN Anti-Crit actually working. Well, let's give them a second to ready up here. And we'll get match 2 underway. Overall, though, the matches are fast as heck. This meta, dude. Turn 2 players, where you at? Tell us. I hope you make it through. Anyone else? Slow players? Inori, kind of. Double Soul Weaver action. Call. He's not in there, but he would be tanking it up.
True.
Lucina says he's slow player. No shot. Opposite.
I mean, we miss out on Magic and Iconic today, which is
Yeah,
sad, 'cause
they
those are 2 of
both-
the best slow players in the
They
scene.
both barely missed the check-in, man. They're both here. Well, at least we'll have some fast, exciting matches. But yeah, you know I always like to see. Me and Call love to see our slow brethren represent. Because the meta is just so unforgiving, right? It's the aggression between Silius, the Amelia DN Soul Weavers pumping out like so much momentum.
I'll take your
Yeah, it's tough right now. It's tough. Even banning Hua every game and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, Call, we added Silius and DN, I believe. Are those the 2 new ones? Silius and DN? Okay.
But, pretty familiar units still. Interesting pick of the Politis here. So it does, again, it's not nothing into Amelia, but, like, if you don't have the rest of the gas, Politis just isn't a good unit in Saturn a lot of times, so you really do need to make sure you're hitting the window where Politis matters. And it does seem like both players are going to end up pretty aggressive on this one. I mean, the Kisei Queric is a classic punch-through combo.
Yeah. Yaga loving this aggressive setup. Pretty much the same exact comp. And Oog making some slight adjustments with the Poly now, but still going for the double stealth setup. I think he agrees with y'all saying, like, all Landy needed to do was just unstealth that Kisei, but now we added Closure Charles. Was Closure Charles in the last one? No, right? He was not on the last lineup for Yaga.
Though it is a pick that Yaga's picked quite a bit.
Sure. So this is, guys, this is like the one step below the full-on cleave. This is like the Very, very aggressive comp. And Oog is pretty much standard, right, Call? You would say he's just very standard pick.
Yeah.
Standard player, standard picks.
Interesting ban here. So that's a bit of a challenge to see.
Look at those souls.
Damage Yaga can actually put out, because yeah, if no,
wow,
that is
damage check on that on that AOL. No mitigation. And oh my god, this could be it. We're gonna need a huge revive from Robbie, but it's not gonna happen because we're gonna get a skill null up. Yeah.
CC barrier.
My
yeah, I mean that
goodness,
AOL
boys.
just you know, you build units for purposes, and that AOL was not built for this purpose in this match.
Yeah. Call, this kind of brings us back to what you, Hez, and I were talking about. It's just a very whaley meta. If your opponent is super high gear score and your wide roster, right? He pulls out the AOL. It wasn't built for this purpose, though, of tanking out the hyper aggression, like you're about to say. It's just, what can you do unless you just got everything ready?
Yeah, and I think we're not seeing much like proactivity on a lot of these turn 2 drafts so far. Because like, you know, some people might think there's a contradictory, but not at all. Like, you know, my bunch of Rems comp, I will sometimes win before taking a single turn. So though I'm not taking, you know, turn 1, I'm still taking the initiative as far as what I'm trying to do in a given match. Like, that's a bit different than like who goes first or not.
Yeah.
And a lot of these comps are just kind of waiting to see what happens to them, and I think that style is really hard to play in this meta.
Guys, couldn't have said it better myself. If you are watching, you're still in the tourney about to come up, or if you're just trying to learn, this is kind of the bootleg Yaga style. You're going to see it all the time. You need to have answers ready, otherwise you're going to get steamrolled. They're just going to go first. I don't care if you got 60,000 souls on your side. You're not going to get to use them. I joined their lobby. All right, boys. So this was an unofficial stream match. Godless, he did win round 1 against Melon, but unfortunately, because of the bracket, let me catch everybody up. The lore. We had some weird technical difficulty with Matcherino. The bracket got reset during our first round, so we had to redo things. We're just starting this match underway. Guys, chat, is this round 2? Did round 1 already happen, I think? Let me see if we can get some info. Call, if you just want to watch through my end, you maybe can get a little delayed casting. It'll be a little bit delayed, but it's okay. Careless is saying, are we saying that we dislike this meta? We're having a wide variety of units. No one, first off, Careless, I'm not going to imply this, but you're just trying to spice things up. I think we can have observations and say that this is a whaley meta, and that not necessarily be a bad thing. Okay?
I mean,
it's a
I would
comment.
say it's a whaley meta in as far as like, it's not necessarily about the number of units you have to have geared. It's, for one, like, I think it chokes out most picks. Like, that's kind of the issue that I have with a lot of the changes recently, has been how it limits the meta in terms of viable units, which is, you know, I think the core issue with the units like, you know, Celia's Para, you know, they're disasters in terms of how they choke out the meta. But how many like 300 speed openers can a normal player gear? And
Chat,
if like,
how many 300 speed openers do you have? Call is asking. I can get one single one after 3 years of playing. C-Series S3 flying out here. Meep is the turn 2 counter player. React Andy. Oh man, we got a stun on the Arya. Skill null coming out here. We need a Coeric counter. We need to clear some of these skill nulls out. Chat is saying 3-1-0 Call. 3-1-0.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm saying as far as it being a whaley meta is you need like 4 to like match a lot of these high level drafts as far as how like the bans play out, and a way that I don't think was represented before.
Did I mess up that?
I think what makes it, you know, I think the main point you could argue of whaley versus just requiring a deep unit pool, like, is that less RGB units can be picked early. So basically only support units that are RGB can be picked early. All other RGBs are, for the most part, unless they're broken, like Politis, 4th or 5th picks.
Sure. Thank you, man. Money Man. Welcome, Raiders. Boys, let me commentate this match real fast. Arya S3 flying out here. Meep was able to get the revive on the pot. No, I like the convo. I don't mind. This is kind of just a side thing. We're getting just some content. Arya though.
Also, this Arya, this is a huge res. Holy,
guys, Meep like might be coming back here. She's about to activate as well.
Oh, so, this strip could be huge though.
Bomb is activated.
Oh, doesn't get the strip.
Does not get the strip. Big S2. Push back and damage. This is also lifesteal Arya, boys. Holy mama. Counterattack again. We actually procced a duel. She missed though with the blind, so no strip. Charles going in as well. This Arya though is just gonna constantly counter and tank up. Lifesteal worth its weight in gold. One more turn before that bomb explodes. However, Godless is gonna have to go through the ringer again, boys, and he just yields out. Oh my god, that Robbie revive.
Baby, let's go.
Holy crap, boys, was that round? It's 1-1, chat. They weren't kidding when they said this is an insane game. Oh my goodness. I was just asking where my turn 2 boys at, and Meep says I'm right here.
Focus.
Yeah, against Godless of all players. So Godless is in the same guild, boys, as Yaga. They both play kind of aggressive. They probably theorycraft a lot together. Watch each other's matches. They, you know, it's just an aggressive meta. All right, we now have 6 bans underway. Let's see what happens, boys. Robbie ban and Charles ban. What an exciting match! Holy crap!
Yeah,
Yo,
I mean,
sorry, go ahead, go.
You know, nowadays, like you say, like you're a Banshee gamer, it's like a thing that exists. I really respect the people like Meep who, they're from the before times where if you were a Banshee gamer, you were just like a dumb person. And, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was ever bad as like Golem, but I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, it was always considered that if you're going to Banshee first before Wyvern, you're inting, right, boys? Call has kind of been a big part of dispelling that myth. I would say Meep here is also a big part of dispelling that myth.
That's what I'm saying. He's been at it for
the
whole time.
And by the way, guys, chat, if you haven't seen Meep's Kowarik, let me see if I can pull it up. We'll give a little, maybe one day, Call, I'll have those production values while I pull up stats, right? Mid-screen and show y'all some things. But let me just show you what this, I think I can show it now because it's round 3. It's my boy. He knows I'm not trying to leak too much, but I just want to show off my guildmate here, guys. I think this is probably the best counter Kowarik on our server. The speed on this unit, on average, I think it's 20 plus speed on each piece while maintaining good stats. So it's insane, guys. I tried to build one myself. I was like 220 with the same bulk. It's
yeah, I mean that's like 10 times better than what I could do.
GA says my better. GA, let me see the screenshot, and it better not be in fribbles. Let me see. Prove me wrong. I'd love to see a better Kowarik. Non-fribbles. And let me see a better counter Kowarik. Okay.
I know Elves is faster on counter. I don't remember what the bulk is.
Elf maybe a potential. I mean, I'm not surprised there.
Elves is faster. I think Meeps is still it's a lot higher, like stats, more
Bulk.
ER, bulk.
Okay. Yeah, they're saying Elf
He's
is
a lot
3k
more
less
stats.
HP. There's a little bit of lag there, but we should be good. Godless's ping looks great. Okay. GA never lies, says God. Here we go. DN leading the way here. Going to be able to get a... Oh, let's see actually what Meep decides to do here with this DN. Okay, actually just S1ing. Doesn't want to proc that Politis for the hand guy, but now we're going to have the Cecilia.
I'm a furry for sure, boys. Yo! You kidding me?
Money Man, thank you so much, and I hope the stream went well. Chris is a very good friend of mine. I'm glad he sent you my way. Appreciate you, dude. Okay, bomb activated on the Arya, guys. S3 flying out here. Counterattack. Surmia, that activates Surmia though. Oh no, Meep might be in big trouble. Kowarik turn. Let's see. He's deciding. I think he needs to, yeah, we're gonna activate. We're worried about the Politis damage, but we gotta do something here. Misses on the Arya.
Damn, it's a lot of damage on Stene though. Yeah, it's a Big damage, Polly.
And we also are getting the Surmy up next, guys. I don't think Meep can tank this.
My past, regrets, and
Yeah, LAC coming through next. It's over.
everything within
Oh no!
you a taste.
Sorry, impartial. Oh yes!
That's not impartial either.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is what it is!
There we go.
Well, guys, I was trying to hype up the turn 2, but Gauntlet's made some great adjustments there and closed it out in a very convincing fashion. Meep, we'd love to see it. Thank you for the awesome matches, but Gauntlet's will be continuing on here. Mori takes out Bakusen, but hey, we were repping good. We were repping good. I like that.